talk about a subject that comes to mind, and that is a 2-Bit show, the Secret spinoff. Now, I was thinking to myself, what power characters can have a spinoff show? Because there's a Secret spinoff, right? We know about Origins, pretty much. Origins is going to be taking the place of Raising Kanan. We know about the Tariq and Tommy show that's going to be taking the place of Ghost and pretty much Force, but really Ghost. But then there's another spinoff show, a secret spinoff show, one we don't know nothing about, and one we may not know nothing about until, Force coming to an end. And so with that being said, I did say that a Kane spinoff seems to be a show that would make a lot of sense to have, but at the same time, there's another character that may end up getting their own show that's popular enough, I think, to hold its own show, and that is 2-Bit. Now, 2-Bit is a power character that's always been around. He's been there right in the original Power, where he was there with everybody, with Dre and Kanan, Ghost, Tommy. He's worked with everyone, right? And he's shown up in Book 2 Ghost several times in some sort of feud with Tariq, where he saved Tariq. They was beefing, he helped him out, they beef. It's back and forth, right? And so when it comes down to it, though, 2-Bit is right there in New York doing his own thing, and we really don't know what he's doing in terms of, what his character does, what his character story, because somebody like 2-Bit is doing his own thing. We just don't know what he's doing. And so with that being said, what if this secret spinoff is really about him, and not only about him, but about him doing his own thing, because he obviously got some stuff going on. Now, 2-Bit is a character that I personally thought would have ended up in Force a long time ago, and the reason why is because of the relationship that 2-Bit had, because by the time Power came to an end, the only people that 2-Bit really was working with or respected was Ghost and Tommy, and he was kind of in between, where he was on Tommy's side, but he played mutual because Ghost would hire him for work and he would work for Ghost. And so with that being said, he never really took sides. He really had his own side, but he would side with what he think was real. And so when it comes down to it, I always thought that he would go where Tommy was. And not only that, a big hint of that was in season 3, where at the very end, it was like 2-Bit got the information for Tasha's location as well as Tommy, and it was 2-Bit who gave Tariq warning or made him aware that Tasha's location was leaking, that Tommy would possibly be more than likely after Tasha. And so with that being said, I thought in that episode where both of them pretty much showed up, that they would cross, paths with one another, and potentially 2-Bit would go back to Chicago with Tommy, because Tommy need people to have his back. Now, that still might be the case in Force, where somehow Tommy comes across 2-Bit and they still end up working together. 2-Bit ends up in Force working with Tommy, and not only ends up in Force working with Tommy, but he goes there and he works with Tommy, and then he gets through the series, and then potentially he can have his own spinoff show. Now, 2-Bit's character is not on the run. 2-Bit's character does not have no stuff going on with him that will pretty much have him, doing anything else where he might go out of town, not unless he wants to go out of town. However, when it comes down to it, I could see him really doing his own thing, because he always has been doing his own thing ever since Power ended. And so with that being said, I could see 2-Bit either being on the team with Tommy and all them, possibly end up working with Tariq and Tommy and being in the series, or having his own show and doing his own thing. Because one thing I mentioned about the spinoff is that you're going to still need that Tariq and Kane dynamic. And though Kane may be popular enough to get his own show, Tariq and Kane's dynamic will still have to be there to some degree. So there's a chance that might not happen. That whole Kane spinoff might not happen because of that. But with that being said, a 2-Bit spinoff can still happen. 2-Bit goes off, does his own thing, try to figure stuff out, and he has his own story. There's a lot about 2-Bit's character that we don't know anything about, and there's a lot of stuff we can learn about him. There are things we do know about him, though, that he was close with Dre and Spanky, and they grew up together, and they worked together, and 2-Bit pretty much was around a bunch of betrayers, man, of people that was gangster, but then they were not fully real gangsters, to the point that when it's all said and done, they would betray one another in the end. But when it comes down to it, 2-Bit having his own spinoff show, I could see it if they make it interesting enough. I could definitely see 2-Bit having his own show, and a lot of people wanting to watch it, because he's a popular enough power character where you can pull off a spinoff with him and people might like it. So when it comes down to it, that's pretty much my words in regards to the 2-Bit spinoff. I just want to say to all of you that it is your boy Bobby B's here. Just want to say much love, much respect. Hold it down. And 1.